Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Danny Phantom Vlogs Revisit. This time, we are doing something special. We are going to be talking about each of Danny's powers, and I'm going to be rating them from my favorite to least favorite. He's got 12 powers, and I'm just gonna go through them and talk in order of which is my favorite to least favorite and give a little reason as to why. So for my number 12, telekinesis. And the main reason why this is my least favorite is simply because we only see it once. He never uses it throughout the series. We only ever see him use it in the final episode that has to do with the box ghost. And it's at the very end for just a brief second. It is the one and only time he uses telekinesis. So it's super low on this list. And then number 11, project light. Again, he only uses this once in the whole series, where he uses his ghost energy to project a bunch of light in an area. We never really see him do this again. Number 10, spectral body manipulation. This is where we see him like stretch his body out and like create a hole in his torso so blast can go right through. It's really cool to see him like just kind of morph his body into different shapes. Especially seeing as how, like, he could just turn intangible and have the attack go right through him, but he takes the time to actually like morph into these shapes. So that's pretty cool. Number 9, invisibility. Pretty standard. It's a pretty standard power, invisibility. It's a cool power, but not much to say about it. Intangibility is number 8. Oh, sorry. So intangibility is number 8. The whole concept of being able to just walk through walls is really cool. So that said, it is still kind of a basic power, so it's not too far up in the list. Number 7, Ghost Shield. When he stretches out a ghost plasma energy, which is usually used for attacks, he just stretches it out and creates a shield, and that's really cool. I like that. It's a really cool use of that whole ghostly plasma energy. Number 6, flight. It's flight. Like, who hasn't dreamt about having the power of flight? All humans have an innate desire to fly. That's why we created planes in the first place, because we want to conquer the skies. So it's a cool power. Number 5, ghost rays. The standard ghost rays that he uses in almost every fight. They're iconic. So of course I had to have them be in the top 5. Number 4, overshadowing. And I love how we get to see him actually get better and better at overshadowing over the course of the series. Well, specifically over the course of the first season and like part way through season 2. But once he unlocks the ghostly whale, he basically stops overshadowing everyone. He doesn't do overshadowing anymore after that. But it's still a really cool power that we get to see him use several times throughout the early episodes. Speaking of a power that he slowly learns to master over the course of the series, duplication. Duplication is something that he struggles with throughout the whole series, and it's not until the third season, it's not until like midway through the third season when he's finally mastered it, and he's able to actually duplicate himself without much trouble. So that's really cool. And then number 2, and that was number 3. Number 2 is Ghostly Whale. The Ghostly Whale. And it's such a cool power. The Ghostly Whale is such a cool power and has such a good sound. It has such a good sound to it. And it is just devastating. It is so devastating. It is so powerful. And that's the whole reason why Danny doesn't really use it, is because it's too powerful. It's too powerful. It would cause damage to the city if he were to overuse it. So he rarely uses it in the series after he gets it. And then my number 1 favorite Danny Phantom power is cryokinesis. Cryokinesis is my favorite Danny Phantom power. I love the whole idea that the ghost sense that he's had throughout the whole series has just been part of cryokinesis. And I love how he's got like just ice powers, and that's really cool because, you know, like ghosts, they send chills down your spine. They make it seem like it suddenly got colder in the air, even though that's not ghosts. Technically, that's demons that give you a chill in the air. But it's a really cool power. I really like this power. It's my favorite. And I absolutely loved when it was brought into the series, and I loved how like that kind of became like the main power that he would use throughout the rest of season 3. He wound up using that in almost every subsequent episode of season 3 after that got introduced. Because they wanted to, they knew at that point that this was going to be the final season for Danny Phantom, and so they wanted to make sure to get as much mileage out of the cryokinesis as they could. They wanted to get as much use out of it as they could. So that makes sense. But yeah, that's my number 1, and that is all 12 Danny Phantom powers ranked. So that's it for this video. So thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what is your favorite Danny Phantom power of the 12 that I listed. Which is your favorite? I'd love to hear your thoughts. In any case, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.